Welcome once again to Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. As always, I do thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, which hopefully you do find informative. And when you go to a local bookstore, you will seriously consider the book that I'm reviewing for you this time. And the book is The Man Trapped by Shadows by Pete Zacharias. This is published by Thomas and Mercer, and it retails for $24.99. This is book 2 of the Rooker Lindstrom series. The very first book was The Man Burned by Winter, and they're calling this a sort of sequel to the book. Now, I had not read the first book, and if you have not read the first book either, and you're just picking up the second book, don't despair, because there are references to book 1, and we sort of get an idea of what perhaps transpired in the first book. Now, if you do enjoy the second book, you can always go back and read the first book, the one that began the series. Now, whether there will be more in the series, it's hard to say. Hopefully there will be, because Rooker Lindstrom is a fascinating character. His father, Gunnar Lindstrom, was a very notorious serial killer, and it sort of soured the family name. It caused Rooker to go into deep despair. He turned into an alcoholic, and he did not handle it well. The dark past of his family name really has plagued him and haunted him through much of his life, and he's trying to make a clean start. He is a consultant to the Minnesota Police Department, and there are cases that are on the docket, so to speak. In fact, a woman who has been missing for 8 years was found dead. There is also a note on her body, and the note is really aimed at Rooker, and it says, "Won't you come out and play?" So the police right away, because the father was a serial killer, have a very, they look at Rooker differently, because they think now like father, like son, and that perhaps he is carrying on the family tradition of serial killing. Rooker, unites with a lady, Millie Langstrom, who was a former police officer, and now she has a private investigation business. So she calls upon Rooker to help her. They're sort of like partners in a way. And you feel like there's more than a business partnership, that there's an attraction between the two of them. So as they check into these murders, and there is more than one, there are others, women who are missing, bodies discovered, new murders taking place of people, randomly picked. So the police still look at Rooker as number one suspect, but as we know, based on the book, and actually we find out who the killer this time is quite early in the book, so there's like no question of who is the killer. But Rooker has suspects in mind, and so does Millie. So it is a race against time to stop more murders from happening. So it's very complex, this book. It's very dark, darker than purportedly the first book, which I had not read, but I've seen reviews. And it definitely is a book, book 1 and book 2. If this is the sequel and there are no more books, it's too bad. But Rooker Lindstrom is a fascinating character. So if you're looking for a book that's most interesting, that's a great psychological thriller of a, potential family serial killing machine, which the father was, and the son has his own demons too. So you feel empathy toward Rooker, because he's trying to get along, he's trying to cope, he's trying to put the family past behind him. But it every way he turns, it comes back to haunt him in some manner. So have a check when you go to your local bookstore for The Man Trapped by Shadows. It's definitely a book that you should add to your must-read list. So if you do buy it and you do agree with me, let me know. If you don't, let me know as well too. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my videos. Hopefully they are informative, and you will let me know. I do get a lot of emails, and they're all positive, thankfully. So hopefully that will continue. Until we meet again, as I always say, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.